Hey guys, it is a new month. We're into June. It's a few days into June now, but it's about time for an update and a few thanks. I have got a new rugby jersey, which I'll go through first, go through the thanks. And yeah, rugby is not too far away from coming back. So I got a package yesterday from the Imbiber. It's got a YouTube channel. Does rugby content from Japan. Kiwi fella lives in Japan. He sent me a jersey. This one here. It looks pretty slick. I do have one jersey from this team, but not a home jersey. The only one I was able to get on was the away one. It is a Sunwolves jersey. Pretty nice. It's quite different from the away one. The logo is part of the jersey rather than being stuck on. And it's kind of special because this team is essentially done. They no longer exist. You can see the wolf pattern in the background, the teeth and whatnot. I'm going to have to take care of this because you're not going to be able to replace getting a Sunwolves jersey. He said they were having a bit of clear out of the stuff and pick this up. So, yeah, thank you, Mr. Imbiber. This is greatly, greatly appreciated. I will go put this on shortly, no doubt. But a Sunwolves jersey. I'll put those jerseys up in the background because the Raptors have left the MLR, so that's kind of another limited edition jersey. Those two teams are still in existence, but have changed their logos. So, yeah, it's kind of special to have some proper home Sunwolves kit. So, yeah, man, thank you for that. That is an awesome one. And, yeah, I hope things are going well in Japan. Apart from thanking the Imbiber for the new jersey, I should say a quick thank you to the Patreon supporters. If you are interested, I know financial times are tough, so I won't push you too hard. But if you want to see a few more videos or just support the work that I do here, link is in the description for Patreon page. These people chuck me anywhere between $1 and $6 a month, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. I make a few videos a month there, and yeah, basically, it's a big thank you to the support that they give me every month. It is again greatly appreciated. But it's not just patrons. You know, you guys for viewing the videos. The numbers have been pretty good in May. Actually, it's been a bit of a bump. Maybe we're getting back into rugby mode with Super Rugby not too far away. But yeah, all you guys who view, who subscribe, who comment and whatnot, it's yeah, it's all very worthwhile getting the feedback from you guys. I love engaging in the comments. I don't get a chance to reply to them all these days, but I try to get to as many as I can. And yeah, we've seen good engagement over May especially. Just the stats quickly. I did 25 vids in May for YouTube, 7 for Patreon, which included my favorite stadiums and that I've been to. And when they changed that rule for the base of the post tries, I did a video on that. But the highest performing videos on YouTube was like Super Rugby's attendance. That seems to be a big thing. And it's kind of encouraging because the video was on the premise that the attendances are down, which they are. But the engagement for that video was really high. So people still care. There's still positives. Like Super Rugby's game highlights always get a decent number of views in comparison to some other sports. It's just we can't get the bums on the seat. So at least it's not... There's still interest, so I'm not going to say it's a death blow to Super Rugby as yet. Also, the rules about the potential orange card, you know, where you would go off and the TMO would review it to see if it should be a red. Some people have just said, and I think it's probably quite fair feedback, rather than introducing a new color card, why doesn't the TMO just review every yellow card to see if there's any foul play? Like the ones which are attempted intercept, you know, which ended up being a deliberate knock-on. He's going to spend all of 2 seconds looking at that. But the ones which are, you know, those aerial contests, which the point of contact on landing, all that kind of stuff, they should just be reviewed. Just get the ref, get the card out, get on with the game, and just get the TMO to review all the yellow cards rather than having a third card and a new rule to think about. I don't know. I thought that feedback was really good. Yeah, 9 live streams. We've been doing live streams on Wednesday and Saturdays here in New Zealand. I think that's like mornings in Europe, but it's been nights here in New Zealand. There's another one tomorrow. I'm going to let you guys choose the game that we watch. So there'll be a YouTube poll where you guys can vote on which game we should watch. I've been letting the Patreon people vote, but this one can open up for everybody to pick. The live streams are also always a bit of fun. It's been a good chance to watch some classic matches as well. 734 new subs in May, which is awesome, man. We're getting up to, what is it, 24,000? Which is pretty good, man. That's like a decent-sized stadium. So, yeah, it's cool news. And compared to like March, when there was 64 new subs in the month. So, May has been a real boomer. So, yeah, thank you guys. New people for coming along, existing people for pushing the subscribe button. It's all good news story, so very happy with that. Top viewers came from UK, South Africa, New Zealand, Australia, and Ireland, which is kind of the usual suspects. USA was 6th, and we even got 37 views from Georgia in May. So how cool is that? Also, there will be an upcoming live stream at some point. Hopefully, not this Saturday, but next week Saturday with G-Man, with Gareth Mason. So that should be a bit of fun as well. So look out for that one. A couple of bits of news. Wow, it's just kind of a reminder, man. I'm pretty chuffed that Super Rugby is coming back, at least in New Zealand, next week. How good is that to say? Next week we have live rugby again. By all accounts, well, when it was initially planned, they said it was going to have no fans at the stadium. It would be an empty grounds, and people on the Super Rugby attendance video said, hey, there's going to be no difference from normal. But actually, it looks like, it's not confirmed, but next week the New Zealand government's going to make a decision about how strict our lockdown goes. Right now we're at level 2 out of 4, so relatively relaxed. We could go down one level to level 1, which is pretty much business as usual. So if that happens next week, then expect to see tickets being sold to those games. I hope, if that is the case, that we get good attendances. I mean, they're going to have to... they don't have to do the social distancing thing, so they don't have to worry about that. I think the country seems to have the COVID thing under control for the most part. We haven't had a new case for like 13 days. There's only one case existing in the country. So all that being said, Super Rugby hopefully with fans next week. It looks like it's going to be games on Saturday and Sunday from memory, looking at the fixtures list. And they've deliberately put the games at a more appealing time for New Zealanders, seemingly, like it was 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock kickoffs for the most part, which for those of you in Europe and South Africa may be a little bit early, so you may be looking at watching those games on demand rather than live. But hey, if you can keep off Twitter for a little bit, you should be able to avoid the spoilers of the results if you want to watch the full game. So yeah, man, good news. Super Rugby is back next week. And I've already done a video about this on Patreon, about Dan Carter coming back, my first impressions. I mean, how good is that? That's a proper boon for the Blues and for Super Rugby to get some proper attention back into the competition. I know he's 38 and the Blues are stacked with fly halves anyway, first fives. But, man, it's Dan Carter, so how good is it to have him back at the Blues, back in New Zealand, but first time at the Blues. It's going to be weird, especially for Crusaders fans, to see him wearing blue rather than red, and by all accounts he may not be back for the first few rounds, but you can bet if there's a chance for me to get a ticket to a Blues game where Dan Carter is playing, there's no way I'm going to miss that one. And hopefully many rugby fans will be the same, keen to see him play New Zealand one last time before he hangs up the boots for good. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the month of May. I know we're already like 5 days into June now, but as I said, again, thanks to the Imbiber for sending me that jersey. It's my second Sunwolves jersey, a team which has unfortunately been cut from the upcoming Super Rugby Australia tournament. If you're looking to see how to watch Super Rugby, I did a video about it yesterday. Essentially, long story short, the rights haven't changed because it's still Super Rugby, so whoever your provider was is still the provider now. Again, thanks to the patrons for the support on Patreon, but also to you subscribers, viewers, commenters. It does all help the channel out. And like I said, May has been a bit of a booming month, so that's awesome to see with rugby just on the horizon. Yeah, good times, fellas. Stay safe wherever you're at. Remember to wash your hands and don't get too lacking vigilance. I guess we still need to be careful, but yeah, as always, take care and talk to you guys again soon. See you later.